Hello everyone. In this session, I am going to discuss about the types of seals in hydraulic system. In the hydraulic system, in order to avoid the internal and external leakage and to avoid the contamination to the hydraulic fluid, we are going to use some of the seals which will prevent the leakage as well as the contamination. And there are different types of seals we are going to use, and those different types of the seals I am going to explain in this session. In this one, first we'll see that one what is meant by seal. The seal is an agent which prevents the leakage of oil from the hydraulic elements and protects the system from dust or dirt. The major function of the seal is to maintain pressure, prevent loss of fluid from the system, and to keep out the contamination in the system to enhance its working life and functional reliability for longer period. Okay, if you avoid the leakage and if you avoid the entering of the dust and dirt to the working fluid, the system pressure will be maintained and the fluid will not be lost, and thereby the whatever the system life is there and this functional reliability is there, that will be comes for the longer period. Okay, that is the main function of this seal. Further moving here, the types of the different seals we are going to take, that is classifications of the seals. The first one, according to the method of sealing, that is, in that method of sealing, the first one is a positive sealing. The positive seal prevents the even minute amount of the oil from the getting fast. That means positive sealing means even though minute amount of the oil will not be leaked. Okay, there will be perfect sealing will be there. There is no loss, there is no leakage of the oil from the system. A positive seal does not allow any leakage whatsoever. It may be external or internal within the system or from the system to the surrounding. Any leakage is there. Okay, that leakage will not be allowed in this positive sealing. Next one is that non-positive sealing. A non-positive seal allows a small amount of internal leakage, such as a clearance of piston to provide a lubrication film. Here, non-positive sealing means here the internal leakage. It is also not allowed the external leakage from the system to the surroundings, to the atmosphere. There is no leakage, but within the system, some leakage is allowed, such as the clearance of the piston for the lubrication purpose. Okay, through the piston seal, whatever is there, the small amount it will be allowed for the lubrication purpose. Next type of the seals are according to the relative motion existing between the seals and other parts. Between the seals and the other parts, what are the relative motions are there? Those will, based on that one, we are going to classify the seals as first one is a static seals. These are the used between the mating parts that do not move relative to one another. Here, thus between the seal and the mating parts, what are there? There is no relative motion. Those are stationary. Only the seals will be provided. The gaps, whatever are there, those are sealed by using the seals. The relative motions not provided there. They are these are relatively simple. They are essentially non-wearing. As there is no motion, there is no wearing. Usually trouble-free if assembled properly. The static seals assembled properly, those are trouble-free and those will be without any disturbances. Those will be available for the longer period. The next type is the dynamic sealing. These are the assembled between the mating parts that move relative to each other. Here, the between the seal and the between the parts, there is a relative motion. Even though there is a relative motion, those should be sealed for the fluid, so that there should not be any oil flowing through the seals. Hence, dynamic seals are subject to wear because of the one of the mating parts rubs against the seal. There is a relative motion between the seal and the part. Because of that, there is a rubbing action, there is a friction. Due to that, the wear and tear of the that seal will be taking place, and those should be replaced frequently. Next, moving further, here according to the geometrical cross section, we are going to call the different types. First one is that O-rings. O-ring is the most widely used seal for hydraulic systems. It is a molded synthetic rubber seal that has a round cross section in its free state. When it is a free, it is a in round cross section. It is stretched and it will be takes a different shape, but when it is free, it will be round in cross section. O-rings can be used for the most static and dynamic conditions. This can be used for the static condition and dynamic conditions also. It gives the effective sealing through a wide range of pressure, temperature, and moments. As these are using, we are going to use in the static and dynamic conditions both, and those are also used for the different types of pressures and temperatures and movements. Here we can see this is the O-ring. The cut section, it is a circular completely O section, and it is a circular cross section. It is a cut here. Now to show that one how it will be there in the cross section. It's a O-ring. Next one is that V-ring seal or a U-ring seal. V and U-ring seals are compression type seals used in the virtually all types of reciprocating motion. These are used in the all types of the reciprocating motion applications. These include piston rods and the piston seal in pneumatic and hydraulic cylinders. It can be used in the pneumatic as well as the hydraulic cylinders. Press rank, jack and seals, jacks and seals on flangers and piston in reciprocating pumps. This is not only used in the hydraulic systems, and we can use it in the pneumatic as well as the press rank, jacks. Those are also hydraulic systems on the plungers, piston in the reciprocating pumps of the hydraulic system. And those are having the particular cross section. Here you can see this is the V ring and this is the U ring. That means this is also ring, but in the cross section we can see it is a U shape and here it is a V shape. And there particularly those are fixed for the sealing of those components. And that's why so there we can see this is U ring and V ring. And here the U cup type we can use. And in this V-ring, particularly if you consider there are male and female type of V-ring you can take for the U also male and female type rings we are going to take. That means those will be matched and those will be not allow the any leakage in the particular systems like the piston rods, pneumatic press rank jacks and the plungers, piston reciprocating pumps. In those systems, those will not allow the any leakage. Further moving the T-ring seal. T-ring seal is dynamic seal. This is a dynamic system it is used. That is extensively used to seal a cylinder pistons. They are used to cylinder pistons. Pistons where the between the cylinder and the pistons, the seal whatever we are going to provide, there it can be used. And piston rods also will, and other reciprocating parts, and other the reciprocating parts which are there in the hydraulic system, there we can use. It is made up of synthetic rubber molded in the shape of cross section T. Is synthetic rubber made in the cross section of the T and reinforced by backup rings on either side. And that is reinforced with a backup on either side. Either side it will be backup. These sealing edge is rounded and seals were very much like a O-ring. Okay, here at the top you can see it is a O type. The circular shape will be there at the top, O-ring shape. And here it will be whole seal. We can see this is the T shape. Here it will be T shape. And either side it will be backed up by the some of the reinforced rings. Reinforced rings. And by using together is supporting and the T ring, it will provides the seal. And that is called as a T ring seal. Next one is that piston cup packings. The piston cups, what are there? For those packings are used. And piston cups, they are the packings, whatever used, we can say those are called as a piston cup packings. Piston cup packings are designed specifically for pistons in reciprocating pumps and pneumatic and hydraulic cylinders. Reciprocating pumps, which are used for the hydraulic systems, and pneumatic and hydraulic cylinders also, these are used. They offer the best service life for this type of application, require a minimum recess space and minimum recess machining, and can install easily and quickly. Okay, that required space is also less, and life is also best life we are going to get for this one, and those can be easily installed on the piston. It will be easily installed to attain that one, the required functioning. The last one is that the piston rings. These are the common rings. While dealing with the internal combustion engines, we know that one. But here also, here for the reciprocating systems, we are going to use the piston and cylinder. There also, we are going to use the these rings. Reciprocating systems, what are there? There all the systems. It may be a hydraulic cylinder or it may be hydraulic actuator. There we are going to use the piston and the cylinder, and there the piston rings we are going to use similar to that the piston rings which are used in the internal combustion engines. Here the piston rings, what we can see, that is top ring, second ring, O ring, this oil ring. Okay, it is similar to that of the that internal combustion engine. Piston rings are seals that are universally used in the cylinder pistons. Piston rings offer substantially less opposition to the motion than the synthetic rubber seals. These piston rings usually made up of metal materials, and those will be substantially offer less resistance for the movement compared to the synthetic rubber seals. And that's why the piston rings are prepared for the piston and cylinder arrangement, which are used in the hydraulic cylinders and also which are used in the hydraulic actuators. These are the different types of the seals which are used in the hydraulic systems, and these are very important in order to avoid the leakage as well as the contamination. Thanks for watching. If you like, share, subscribe, and comment.